Joining us live now is SABC News Correspondent William Denselow in France to give us the latest update. William, thank you so much for your time this evening here in SABC News. Let's start off here. There are many processes now which are underway. And when it comes to the latest coming out from Paris this evening, what can you tell us, particularly at a time where the Mthethwa family has made their way to Paris? And at the same time, the South African Police Service has sent 5 investigators to investigate the death of the late ambassador to France. What can you tell us?
Well, in the last couple of hours, I've been speaking to Dr. Buthelezi, the family spokesperson for the late ambassador, his brother-in-law, and he says that unfortunately, in his words, there haven't been any major updates from investigators over the weekend. But speaking over the weekend, he says that he remains hopeful that an autopsy will come out on Monday here in Paris, or by Tuesday at the latest. The family has been working on that time frame belief in accordance with Paris investigators here. As far as where we are at with the investigation at large, well, as far as French prosecutors here in the country's capital are concerned, they say that their initial investigation suggests this could have been a deliberate act without third-party intervention. That was from a statement several days ago. They say that the purpose of this investigation going forward is to gather any evidence useful to understanding the facts. As you rightly mentioned, we understand that 5 South African investigators have arrived in Paris over the weekend. They'll be working in collaboration with French authorities. They say that this is to ensure the circumstances are thoroughly and transparently investigated. According to the family, they say that they remain and have full faith in French investigators. They are grateful that South African investigators are also coming to offer their support during this time.
And William, when it comes to the actual case itself, in South Africa today, we saw some of the Sunday newspapers reporting that, the CCTV footage from the Hyatt Hotel shows that the late ambassador was indeed alone. What do you know when it comes to some of the evidence being presented, particularly by the prosecutors? What are they telling you?
That's absolutely right. Well, according to prosecutors, they say that the pair of scissors was recovered. It's been reported that these could have been used to prise open this window on the 22nd floor. They say that they are conducting this investigation, and currently evidence suggests in these preliminary investigations that there were no third-party actors. So certainly that is the working assumption, but of course all eyes will certainly be on this autopsy report that we're waiting for to be released, as we expect within the next 48 hours. We have a death certificate. That is an important step when it comes to the process towards the repatriation proceedings to get underway. But of course, all attention now for the family is getting this autopsy delivered so that the proper proceedings for the repatriation can begin, on that assumption that ideally this can happen as soon as possible, with Tuesday still very much that working time frame, as you rightly mentioned.
And William, tell us more about the team of South African investigators who have made their way to France and to work on this case. We are told that there's at least 5 investigators that will be working alongside the French police.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. Now, according to a statement released by the police ministry, they say that they are there to offer any necessary support to the French investigators. So important to note, really, that this isn't a counter investigation, something that's not running totally contrary to what French authorities have been doing and have been doing for the best part of a week now here in Paris. This is to work hand in glove with the French authorities. This is not seen as an effort to undermine the investigations or a lack of faith in the investigations that have been ongoing in Paris at all. But the family say that this is welcome, considering the fact that, of course, dealing with a different culture, different types of authorities, they say they welcome having South African investigators on the scene here in the country to provide extra guidance, extra support for this investigation, as of course the hopes are that further clarity into what exactly transpired nearly a week ago can come to light, and that this can be done in a fully transparent manner.
And William, before I let you go, when it comes to the repatriation process, what can we expect? Because the family here in South Africa is expecting his remains to be at least back home by Tuesday.
Absolutely. Of course, it'll all depend on when this autopsy can be revealed. That is really what the family is waiting for things to begin in earnest. Of course, we have plenty of proceedings, the fetching of the spirit proceedings as well, integral to this as well. You mentioned the family having arrived here in the country as well. So certainly efforts are ongoing to try and get this repatriation moving as quickly as possible. Tuesday is that deadline they're certainly working on at the moment, or the working assumption is for Tuesday. But of course, all eyes will be on when that autopsy will be revealed. And as we heard from the family a little earlier today, no updates over the weekend. So they'll certainly be hoping to get more clarity as we head into Monday. That's certainly the hope as far as the family is concerned.
All right, William, thank you so much for that update. That's William Denselow. He's an SABC News correspondent there in Paris, just giving us the latest when it comes to Nathi Mthethwa's death.